So Stranger Things Season 5 Part 1. Man, this wasn't just crazy, it was completely unhinged. Wild, chaotic, a full-blown emotional demolition. I swear I went through 10 different emotions at the same time while watching it. But relax, we're going to break down everything step by step. Season 5 opens on November 3rd, 1987, almost 4 years after Will's disappearance. 3 days from now will be the exact anniversary. And after the chaos of Season 4, the world of Stranger Things looks very, very different. The military has literally slapped giant steel plates over the rift where the Upside Down was bleeding into Hawkins. And Hawkins' library? The place where all the cracks converged into one massive gateway? That's now a fully militarized zone. Checkpoints, soldiers, the works. But the craziest part is what they've built through that gateway. A second secret base inside the Upside Down itself. Dr. K, Linda Hamilton's character, is running the entire operation from there. And trust me, something massive is hiding inside that base. We'll get to that soon. Meanwhile, on the other side, Hopper ends up trapped in the Upside Down after the crawl collapses, and Eleven jumps in after him to save Holly. Suddenly, they're a duo again, navigating one of the most dangerous places on Earth. And this is where we learn something insane. Eleven actually has a weakness, her own kryptonite, high-frequency sonic waves. Whenever that giant sonic emitter device powers up, Eleven just shuts down. Her powers die instantly. She becomes completely useless, like someone unplugged her. My first reaction was, bro, who figured this out? How did the military find her weakness without Dr. Brenner? But the answer comes later, in the final episode. And it comes with a name we haven't heard in years, Kali, 8, the illusion maker from Season 2. Turns out Dr. K's team captured her, locked her inside their Upside Down lab, and they're suppressing her abilities using those same sonic waves, the same frequencies that paralyze Eleven. And listen, the Duffers didn't bring Kali back for no reason. She's 100% going to play a key role in helping Eleven, and maybe even will, fight Vecna. But Hopper and Eleven aren't escaping anytime soon. Remember that trailer shot where they're trapped inside a lab with flying bat monsters all around? Yeah, that scene hasn't happened yet. On the outside, the Steve, Dustin, Jonathan, Nancy squad is dealing with their own madness. Steve and Jonathan are locked in this hilarious ego war, both trying to impress Nancy like high schoolers. Jonathan is literally planning to propose, and whenever a TV show teases a proposal early, you already know someone's dying. Honestly, Jonathan might be the one who doesn't make it. But the bigger mystery is the strange living wall they keep hitting inside the Upside Down. Hopper slashes it, Eleven blasts it, the thing just heals itself like nothing happened. Dustin tracks the interference bouncing off the wall and discovers something insane. All signals lead straight back to Hawkins' lab. Exactly what we predicted. There's a glowing power source hidden deep inside the lab, generating a barrier around the Upside Down and keeping its boundaries sealed. The squad will definitely reach the lab in Part 2, disrupt that core, and unleash the huge blue shockwave we saw in the trailer. But here's the real brain melter. This massive wall isn't just a random structure. Dustin literally says it. This wall forms a boundary around the entire Upside Down. Meaning outside this wall, there is nothing. The Upside Down doesn't stretch across the world. It exists only beneath Hawkins. Which explains perfectly why the Russians couldn't open a portal from Russia. But why? Why is the Upside Down frozen in time? Why does nothing exist beyond Hawkins? That is an entire video by itself. Meanwhile, Max and Holly's storyline is going absolutely nuts. Holly meets a mysterious man who turns out to be Henry Creel, Vecna's human form, and Vecna's monsters are out here snatching kids and plugging tubes into them. The same tube he shoved down Will's throat in Season 1. Holly thinks she's living a perfect dream in Victor Creel's house. Anything she wishes for, she gets. Total Matrix red pill, blue pill trap. But her real body? It's stuck in the Upside Down. Will literally sees it during one of his visions. Why is she in a fake Creel house world? Because the Upside Down is basically Vecna's giant hive mind. Plug a kid into the tubes, they become part of his consciousness. They're forced to relive Henry Creel's memories over and over. That's why Holly and Max are both trapped inside Henry's mind. Max's situation is even crazier. When Vecna tried to kill her, he partially absorbed her consciousness. Eleven revived her body, but a fragment of Max remained inside Vecna's hive mind. That's why she's still trapped there. And the reason Vecna can't enter the cave where Max hides? That cave is tied to Henry Creel's childhood trauma. Something so dark he can't even face it. We'll talk about that in Volume 2. But the peak moment of the entire season? Will Byers versus Vecna. Bro, if I watched this in a theater, I would have screamed. This was Stranger Things' Captain America lifts Mjolnir moment. Will, the most ignored, plot-bullied character of the entire series, finally rises. Eyes roll back, energy explodes, Demogorgons freeze midair. Absolute cinema. But how did he do it? The hints were always there. Back in Season 1, Vecna, disguised as the Mind Flayer, told Will, "We're going to do great things. I need your help." He chose Will as his first vessel. Season 2 visions? Season 3 possession? That creepy Mind Flayer sense in his neck? All Vecna. That tube Vecna shoved into Will's mouth wasn't just infection, it was a transfer. A piece of Vecna's power. But Will never used it because he was shy, scared, insecure. Until Robin's speech. "You don't need anyone else. You're enough for yourself." And boom, Will unlocks his full potential. Not baby powers, not soft psychic feelings, Vecna-level powers. But before you celebrate, Vecna is playing chess here. He manipulated his parents, manipulated Eleven, manipulated Will, even manipulated Brenner indirectly. He wanted Will's powers to awaken. And now that he has most of the kids captured, his plan becomes crystal clear. Vecna is recreating Dr. Brenner's program. His spire structure holds 12 children, exactly like Brenner's lab. He's building an army of powered beings. Eleven, Vecna, Will, they all have similar abilities and it's not random. Vecna was 001. Brenner definitely used his blood or DNA in MK Ultra experiments. Eleven wasn't born special for no reason. None of the kids were. Everything traces back to Vecna's biology. And now he wants new, obedient kids. Kids who won't rebel like Eleven. Kids like Will. Part 2 is going to reveal everything, and trust me, the plan is much bigger than anything we've seen so far.